talk about a low-cost way to eat more protein and live longer. We can do this. Well, today I want to talk about a low-cost way that you can end up eating more wonderful protein and live longer and feel satisfied in a great way. Hi, Dr. Paul Haider, Master Herbalist and Health and Wellness Instructor for 34 years, going to be 35 next month. Let's get the world healthy. 1,200 videos here and 6,000 articles on my website. You can check it out there. Let's get the world healthy. If you like what I do, please give me a thumbs up and please subscribe. We're going to get you healthy one way or another. Well, people want protein. You know, what's a protein? What's going to eat a lot of protein? Well, that's all well and good, but, you know, the cost of protein has gone up and up and up. And I know your grocery bill is going up and up and up. I'm going to show you a way that you can make it go down, 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 and still have a huge amount of high-quality protein. Now, actually, the secret to high-quality protein diet is not eating a bunch of animal products, that's for sure. You can do that, but, you know, actual studies show that eating fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, especially beans, and green leafy vegetables, you can get a lot of protein and feel fantastic and build muscle. And I'm not a little guy. I bench press, you know, up 200 to 225 and more. And you can get all your essential proteins, your non-essential proteins, and everything that you need, and actually save up to $750 a year on your grocery bill. Down below, I put down a whole bunch of research papers, and one by the Pew Research people for 2025, the cost of eating. And it really has gone up dramatically. And you can see that actually at the bottom, the fruits, the vegetables, the grains, the beans especially, and the greens are very inexpensive compared to eating other things, which are not as good for you also. Here I have some chickpeas or garbanzos. They're one of my favorite things to eat. You know, and if you want to lower your chances of coming down with all diseases, I mean heart disease, we're talking about diabetes, we're talking about cancer and all these other things, eating this way is going to do that, and the studies down there show that absolutely positively. Look at the cost of a bag of chickpeas, dried chickpeas. Absolutely, you know, maybe $2 for a pound, and that'll cook up into a huge amount. And actually, you know, beans or pulses and legumes in general actually make you feel more full and more satisfied, studies show, than eating other things like animal products. And one of my favorite things is eating a wonderful 4-bean salad. And you can see that in a little picture there. And really, really, really good. I eat that all the time. You know, and most Americans, I have to say at least half, are constipated. And eating, you know, legumes will help get rid of that completely. Not only beans, but fruits and vegetables, especially vegetables and some grains and lots of beans. All these have protein in them, and they will do your body good. And they don't have any negative things in the way of toxic elements in them like TMAO and heme iron and things like that. So we have to embrace that. Also, sustainability. You know, we can plant lots and lots of beans, or we can plant a lot of grain and feed the planet compared to eating other things, that's for sure. So if you want to eat more protein, which Americans have a big thing about eating a lot of protein, this is a wonderful way to get a lot of protein and feel great at the same time. You know, I just talked about the fact that we're having little kids come down with cancer now, rectal cancer, colon cancer, and that was relegated for those people who were 60 and older. I'm going to be 72 next month, and I feel fantastic. And also we have teenagers, 1 out of 3 in high school already coming down with diabetes. We really need to make some changes. And also 53% of what most Americans eat is ultra-processed food. We got to go back to some basics. You know, when I was growing up as a kid, we had a huge garden. And my dad got paid once a year. He was a farmer working for a big conglomerate. And once the rice came in, he was a rice farmer. He got paid depending on, what the quality of the yield was. So we had to live on the garden a lot during most of the year. And during World War II, everybody, especially in Britain, they had victory gardens. You gotta have a garden. If you do, even if you plant some little tiny pots on your patio, that could be your victory garden. Plant some plants and start making life happen for you in a huge way. Eat your plants. They will make you healthy. And even Dr. Greger of Nutritional Studies shows that eating a quarter can of beans will extend your life by 10 years. And he said, what if you ate a whole can every day? Would you live forever? Well, I eat 2 cans every day. I'm going to live to be 150. Absolutely. You can too. And I get a whole lot of high quality protein there. So eat lots of protein if you want, with a wonderful plant-based diet, fruits, vegetables, grains, beans, greens, and you can really up your protein and really feel good and actually live longer by lowering the amount of diseases you are going to come down with as you get older. If you have something going on, give me a call at 831-869-9119. 831-869-9119. I have a lady who has terrible SIBO, also terrible fungal infection, and we're going to turn this around and get that person really feeling great and actually add years to that person's life. And you can too. 831-869-9119. Also, remember God, remember I love you, and remember, if we take off the skin, we're all, red on the inside. We're all the same. There's a lot of racism going on in the United States, and I'm praying that all this goes away. We need to see our brothers as all the same and love everybody the same. I love you.